The very beginning of the reading that we just heard from St. Paul to the Romans. Owe nothing to anyone except to love one another. Owe nothing to anyone except love. I have to be honest and tell you that when I prayed these readings, getting ready for Mass a couple of days ago, I really had to step back and laugh at myself. And I had to step back and laugh with the wonderful staff that I work with at our parish. And I had to laugh at a couple of very key parishioners who are in on planning things with us. I had to laugh. The gospel is about building a tower. Well, in my parish, we're not building a tower, but we have been rebuilding a very old building. It used to be the old Newton Catholic Club. It's now our parish hall. And it was built, well, they can't tell me when it was built. They think it was built somewhere between 1890 and 1910. It's a very old building that really hasn't been renovated at all since it was built. And so even though we've been trying to get this thing done now for a year and a half, maybe even 2 years, it's one snag after another. You know, you're afraid to turn over stones because you find things buried under the rocks. You know, you move something and part of the foundation caves in. At any rate, it was fine all summer long. There wasn't much going on. Obviously, school is out, so there are no classes, and there aren't too many parish programs. But we had a bit of a problem last month, well, September, because all of our parish programs were starting up again. And we do a lot of it over in that hall, but we couldn't. So the rest of the property that we have, the rest of the halls, the rest of the rooms that we said, okay, we had a plan A. We had a plan A that, you know, the younger kids can meet here, the confirmation kids can meet there, we'll put the guild over there, we'll do, okay, and that was plan A. But in case that didn't work, we needed a plan B. And so we had a plan B. If the hall is needed for something else, we can always use one of the rooms in the building over there. And if that doesn't work, we can always use the basement room over there. And that was plan B. What I had to laugh at regarding myself is that I was so worried about things not working that I even had a plan C that I didn't mention to too many people. So we had plan A, we had plan B, we had plan C. My friends, the beauty, the importance, the strength of the readings that we have this day remind us of something so important. Jesus is plan A, plan B, and plan C, all rolled into one. If we allow him to be ever before us, we will always be making the right choices. We will always be going in the correct direction. That first reading from St. Paul to the Romans, a reminder that there was the law. God had offered the law. You shall not kill, you shall not steal, you shall not covet. Make time for God, keep his day holy. They had been given a plan, but the plan wasn't always carried through. They didn't always follow the plan. So in the fullness of time, the reality of the plan was sent. Jesus. Remember that scene, the Transfiguration, when Jesus was standing talking to Moses and Elijah? We were told that Jesus was the law. Jesus was the fulfillment of everything any prophet ever said. How do we know that? Because of his one command, the command to love. Think about it. If you and I really loved as we should, wouldn't we offer time to God? If you and I really loved each other as we should, would we steal? Would we kill? Would we be covetous? Would we defame? I dare say no. And so, a reminder, my friends, this day, that Jesus is the plan. The gospel, again, I had to laugh, that he actually uses that image, that idea of building something, you don't go into a building project. And believe me now, I know more about building projects than I ever wanted to know. You don't go into the building project without a blueprint. You have the design in front of you. You have the plans in front of you. You know how to read them, blueprints. I can now read a blueprint in case you're wondering. You learn how to understand the plan, to think about the plan, to utilize the plan, to allow the plan to guide you. My friends, when we put our God ever before us, when we put God through his Son ever before us, allowing him to be primary, we end up becoming, which is why in the beginning we're offered that image of leaving behind mother, father, brother, sister. Obviously, Jesus doesn't want us to leave anyone behind. What he's saying is this: when we put him first, when we put his plan first, when we put his design to love first, we become better mothers, fathers, brothers, sisters, friends. When we take the time every single day to do what we're doing right now, to take time to listen to his word, to open our hearts to his presence in the Eucharist. When we take those steps, what we're doing is opening up the blueprint, the plan for life, to leave room for God, to listen to what he says, what he offers, and to allow his plan, his design to be ours. And we are indeed, my friends, invited each and every day in some way to love the Lord our God with our whole heart, our whole soul, our whole mind, and to love our neighbor as we love ourselves.